Hello there. You're welcome to this code flow tutorial, and in this code flow tutorial, we're going to talk about HTML computer codes. Let's go. Now, about HTML computer codes, it's not as if we're actually going to start a bit of a programming frenzy in which we go into real life stuff like trying to change the behavior of the website. Obviously, that's look like the work of the JavaScript. I mean, that's the work of the JavaScript. So technically, what we're actually using this to do is if you want to state some variables or you want to state a particular text in your web page. So right now, let's jump to our Visual Studio Code. And we actually use a bit of what we call the computer code itself. We have this tags, specific tags that we use for the HTML computer codes. Tags like the keyword code. So right now, let's first create our comment. And we're going to write making an HTML computer code. Okay, computer code, an HTML computer code. And let's save this. And once we save this, we can actually get this going. We're going to use the keyword code. This is only one of the keywords we can use. In HTML computer code, we have the KBD, we have the samp, we have the var, we have just a lot of things. We're going to explore that in the next few minutes, one by one. So to actually write code, sometimes you might want to actually set this as a bit of the variable. You want to highlight them in your web page that these are the sets of variables. So right now, let's write a bit of a variable. It's not as if we're actually going to do much of programming. Just write a bit. Let's give a value to a, and we're going to write a is equal to 7. Let's space this out to give it a bit of a meaning. 7, put a semicolon, and we can write b is equal to 2, semicolon, and we can write c is equal to 4, and let's save this. But actually, it's not going to it might not actually work very well like this. But anyway, let's just see what the things we are actually going to be able to create for now. So save this, and once you go back to Chrome and you preview this, you can see that this has been written like this: a is equals to 7, b is equals to 2, c is equals to 4, and this seems to be on the same line, which is a bit weird, because what if we actually want to add something else? Like, let me show you what we want to add. So we want to write a plus b plus c equals to 7 plus 2 is just 9, 9 plus 4, let's say 13, and we have this symbol here. So let's actually go back. Okay, I want to delete this S, and I'm going to go back to my Chrome and preview this, and we can actually scroll down, and we can see that this is actually on the same line. So how to prevent this from being on the same line, being written all at once? We can use the keyword pre. Pre is also an HTML computer code, and I want you to copy the other end tag. Press Ctrl X, sorry. Copy the end and tag. Okay, press Ctrl X to copy that and paste it right here for the code. And once you save this and you go back to your Chrome and you preview this, you can see that this is actually on a different line each of the time. So we actually have two words we've used. We used the code and we've used the pre. Now let's use the other one, which is known as the KBD. Now the KBD might be important if you want to highlight when somebody actually presses the keyboard. So we're actually going to make use of the P tag. I want to say I was trying to copy some files and I press. Now this is where we actually write what we actually pressed on the keyboard. So we can use the keyword KBD, okay, and close it back, and we can write CTRL and plus, we can write plus C, okay, and we can save this. And so by the time we go back to our Chrome and we preview this, we can see that the Ctrl C has been kind of highlighted in a weird way to show that this is the thing we pressed on the keyboard. So we've actually made use of the KBD, Now, the next one we have on our list is the samp. And what the samp does is that it helps us to define like a bit of a sample output from a computer program. So how do we actually do that? Okay, how do we actually do that? It's very simple. We use the keyword samp as usual. So let's create a paragraph and let's write message from Android. Okay, and now actually what do we actually do when we write message from Android? We can actually create a bit of another p tag and make use of the samp. In this case, close the tag of the samp, and in the middle of the samp we can write there is an error when we tried to find the requested app, which is kind of quite amazing. So let's save this, and by the time we go back to our Chrome and we preview this, we can see there is an error when we try to find the requested app. Almost like this font size, but it's still okay. So this actually helps you to just define set of text from the output of a computer program. Now, if you ask me what other computer codes do we have? Okay, we are going to explore the last one. The last computer code is known as var. Now, what do we use var for? Let's use a p tag. A var is just used for defining a variable, just a simple variable. But it's not as if we are going to make use of the variable, just people to know in your site that this is a variable. So right now, let's use the p tag and let's write the area of a square is, and we want to declare the variable one by one. We can use var to declare the variable is length, and we can actually declare it again. We can write we want to actually multiply this. We can just use star length, then add another var again, length times breadth. So basically that's very simple. Then you go back to your Chrome and you reload the page, and you can see that we have this being declared as a simple variable. So basically that's just how very good those HTML computer codes are kind of used for. So I want to use them when building your custom web page or something like that, or when you want to use it to actually get an error from the JavaScript or something like that, or to show something in the blogging site that you are building. So this is a very, very good thing you can do. So in the next tutorial I'll talk about HTML5 semantics. Let's go. Not much of let's go. I'll see you in the next tutorial.